After I gave birth to my son, my was huge. And the reason why my was so huge, because I almost gained 20, and you already know my already have some ass shots. So my was already huge as like putting that baby weight on my body plus them shots. It's always you stupid, weak ass bitches. It's never the bad bitches. It's never the bad bitch. You know what it is? It's never the bad bitches, and it's never the trans bitches. The cunt trans fucks with it. The cunt trans always fucks with it. The bad fucks with it. The niggas with the money fucks with it. It's always you bad bill, angry, jealous bitches, and it's always you fucking funky, ugly country butch queens that don't got no style. Cause the butch queens that get it. But the poor ones always talking shit. From nationalities that like they praise thick girls, that they praise thighs, they praise all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk around my flat. No, some of y'all happy with it, and that's great, but that just wasn't me when I was young. So
when I gave birth to my son, my body went through some major changes, but it wasn't just the baby weight that made me feel like I was living in a new body. I was already dealing with the impact of body image issues from a young age. Like many women, my body felt like it was on display for the world to judge, but for me, it was amplified because of my prior choices. And we're talking about surgeries, BBLs, enhancements, and all of it. You know, the kind of transformations people are always whispering about, with rumors and gossip, like Stefan Diggs allegedly confirming the wild claims about Cardi B's BBL. Now let's be clear, this isn't the first time Cardi B's BBL has sparked conversation. We're talking about how her body, which she's been open about tweaking and adjusting over the years, has recently faced a ton of scrutiny. After her appearance at Coachella, the whole social media world went into overdrive. People weren't just talking about her performance, but more about her BBL looking off. And sure enough, that didn't sit well with Cardi. What did she do? She clapped back in true Cardi fashion, but it didn't stop there. The rumors started spiraling, and before we knew it, there was talk that it might even have a smell. And yeah, that's where things got messy. So here's the thing. When you get surgery, especially cosmetic surgery, there's a risk. Some people argue that these surgeries become addictive, and it's easy to understand why. One procedure leads to another, and before you know it, you're chasing a version of yourself that may no longer exist. Cardi's case isn't unique. Her surgeries, like many other celebrities, were supposed to be about self-love and confidence. But when her appearance started raising eyebrows, even her fans were starting to question the authenticity of it all. Was it real, or was it all a bit too much? But let's talk about the real drama. Stefan Diggs allegedly dumping Cardi because of her BBL.
When I was a dancer and everything, like, I had the titties, I had the bomb tattoos, I had a six-pack, I could do a whole split, everything, but not split, but I could do crazy pole tricks, all that shit, but I was missing some ass.
Now this is where things go from gossip to pure speculation. The rumor mill has been churning, saying that Cardi's BBL reportedly stinks, and it was that stench that made Stefan break up with her. Crazy, right? The drama doesn't end there. Stefan, according to sources, then turned right back to his ex. Talk about messy. But here's the kicker. These rumors are fueled by the kind of details that make you think, wait, is this for real?
Condolences to our good homegirl Cardi B, man, because Cardi B can't catch a break, man. She left King Cheetah for God Cheetah. Dig what I'm saying? She left King Cheetah for God Cheetah. Like, what's going on, Cardi? Why you keep getting all these cheetahs, man? You gotta figure it out, man.
As expected, Cardi didn't let the rumors slide without a fight. She jumped on social media to defend herself, calling out the haters. And let's be real, nobody does it like Cardi when it comes to shutting things down. She didn't just dismiss the comments, she threw some real shade back, throwing around insults about being ugly and broke. As much as fans respect Cardi's transparency, even her biggest supporters are beginning to wonder if it's all gone too far. It's one thing to embrace who you are and what you've done to yourself, but it's another thing when it becomes all-consuming. And now, with Stefan allegedly running back to his ex, things seem like they're getting messier by the second.
You know what? It's been a couple of weeks, and I haven't addressed nothing because it's like, when you got a gorgeous you and loving you from head to toe, it's like, I don't really give a fuck what anybody say when you got a real fine nigga that loves you from head to toe. It's like, whatever. Gorgeous too.
Plastic surgery has almost become a norm in Hollywood. It's not unusual for stars to enhance their bodies, but the way they talk about it can be laughable at times. Take any celeb who suddenly has a new nose or new curves, and they'll tell you it's all due to clean eating or perfect skincare. But the reality is, sometimes those transformations don't come from green juice alone. Cardi has been refreshingly real about the work she's done. But recently, fans have started to question if that honesty is being overshadowed by the constant touch-ups. Cardi's journey with body image has been deeply rooted in her past. Growing up, she was constantly compared to her peers who had fuller bodies, and in her environment, that was the standard. Her struggles with body confidence were real. She was skinny, and in a world that glorified curves, she felt left out. Teased and bullied, Cardi found herself struggling with self-worth. But when she transitioned into stripping, it only magnified those feelings of inadequacy. The curvier women were the ones who got attention, and Cardi just didn't have the type of body that fit into that ideal. It was heartbreaking for her. In the face of all this, Cardi did what many people in her position might do. She turned to surgery. At just 18, she got her first breast augmentation, and for a while, it gave her the confidence she needed. But as we all know, that feeling of enough doesn't last forever, and it didn't take long for her to start exploring other options. It's the addiction that comes with the desire for perfection. Constantly chasing the next improvement, the next procedure that will give you that boost of confidence. But as she later found out, it's a slippery slope. One of the key things to understand about Cardi's journey is that at a young age, she made some dangerous decisions. When she was in her early 20s, Cardi went to an unlicensed practitioner to get silicone injections in her butt. This was a risky move that could have ended much worse. The woman she went to was infamous for performing illegal procedures that resulted in life-threatening complications for some of her clients. Cardi was one of the lucky ones, but the pain she experienced afterward was nothing short of excruciating.
Looking back on everything, Cardi's journey with surgery has been one of highs and lows. It wasn't just about her body changing, but how the constant need to modify her appearance started to wear on her mentally and emotionally. There was a time when the idea of having the perfect body, according to society's standards, consumed her. Like many, she sought validation through what she could control, her appearance. But as Cardi's story shows, it's not always that simple. Plastic surgery, though sometimes a form of empowerment, can also come with an emotional cost. What seems like a quick fix can lead to unexpected consequences, and unfortunately, those consequences can sometimes last longer than the fleeting satisfaction we expect. Cardi has openly admitted to her struggles, and now she's trying to break free from the cycle of chasing unattainable perfection. What began as an attempt to feel better about herself turned into a never-ending journey of tweaks, touch-ups, and procedures that have, over time, started to affect not just her body, but her self-esteem too. The constant pressure to meet the world's expectations, especially when you're in the spotlight, can be suffocating. What's clear from Cardi's experience is that no matter how many surgeries you get, you can never truly silence the inner voice that says you're not enough until you decide to stop seeking external validation. For Cardi, the turning point came when she realized how much of her body had been altered and how little control she had left. She admits she regrets some of her choices, particularly those made when she was younger. Now she's vocal about how easy it is to fall into the trap of trying to meet an ideal that, in the end, doesn't bring true happiness. The pressure to look perfect, the constant comparisons to others, and the fear of not being enough are real struggles for anyone, but especially in the public eye. Cardi is here to tell young women everywhere, it's okay to love yourself as you are. It's okay to be imperfect. And it's okay to take a step back from surgery or even consider that you might not need it at all. But here's the hard truth. If you're young and still figuring out who you are, making decisions about your body based on fleeting insecurities could be a mistake. Cardi, in her most honest moments, now warns against making those rushed decisions that could lead to regret later on. She encourages others to seek happiness and confidence within themselves rather than relying on drastic measures. Cardi's experience can serve as a cautionary tale, a reminder that it's crucial to love yourself in your natural form without the constant need to alter it to meet external pressures. As much as Cardi has embraced the work she's had done and used it as a source of empowerment, she now urges young women not to rush into body-altering procedures procedures before they're fully informed. She talks about the dangers of unlicensed practitioners, the emotional toll that can come with such a radical change, and how quickly the need for more procedures can spiral. She's been there, and now she's sharing her lessons learned, hoping others won't make the same mistakes. If you've been on the fence about body modifications or struggling with self-image, take a moment to reflect on your true motivations. Join the conversation. Share your thoughts, experiences, and advice with us in the comments below. Let's support each other in embracing the beauty of self-acceptance and help raise awareness about the potential risks of cosmetic surgery. Together, we can create a space where everyone feels empowered to love themselves as they are.